Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an S-51, it's the Tier 7 Soviet SPG, and this one's located on the northeast spawn of Karelia, and it's being commanded by gugie72. And we can see that Gugie's got a mark of excellence on his barrel, so he's obviously well practiced in this vehicle. And I think he's also got the BR2 152mm cannon, not the B4 203mm. So what can we say about the S-51? Well, they started development work in January 1944, and they wanted to fit the B4 howitzer onto a KV-1S chassis, but they found that the problem was that the gun just would shake the chassis to pieces. It was actually a restored chassis, so it had previously been on a KV-1S tank, but that tank was damaged or destroyed in battle, and so it was recovered, and they then renovated it and used it as the test vehicle for the S-51. Okay, Scorpion G, first target. This is a Tier 8 game. Round out. No. In fact, there was an explosion in the air there. I'm not sure if that was Gugie's shot or somebody else's. But he didn't get a hit there. Okay, so he can get a hit on these enemy tanks that come up onto the horseshoe. And there's a comet there. Round out. Lovely, gets a good hit there. 248 hit points, and he picks up some stun assist afterwards. Certainly looks as if he's actually reduced that comet to virtually no hit points whatsoever. Or is it? Yes, no, it's still around, but not in the same condition. Right, we've got a Thunderbolt down in the dip there. He's hiding behind that rock. T-34-3's coming down. There's a Panther and a Scorpion G moving up. That's the same Scorpion that he fired at initially. Fires around in at the Panther, gets a splash hit. 15 hit points. That's the Panther M10, the Tier 7 version, the American version, built after the war. The one with the side armour on the turret. The extra plates, I should say. Got decent fire rate, that Panther, but he's now out of the game. And Gugie's team are ahead by one tank. Right, so an SG-100 been spotted. He's quickly flipping over, using his right hand mouse button to relocate the view to the new target. That's the expert way of doing it. Dials in, rounds out. Oh, beautiful shot, direct hit. 100% kill on him. Well, not 100% of his hit points, but 232 hit points, but it was a definite kill. Now that E25 is hiding behind that rock, and he's going to be very difficult to kill outright. He's going to have to be a splash hit if he's going to do it at all. Rounds out. He's just too far away. He stuns him, but that's all he managed to get out of it. I think E25 saw the danger and actually moved further around the corner, because I think he's going after that ELC Evan-90. We've got a Hellcat over here. And looks like that Evan-90 should get down into the dip, because he's actually under fire from several people. And he fires around in. I'm not sure if he damaged the Hellcat at all. We lost sight of him. The E25's gone into the dip after killing the ELC. Rather, the E25 went in there. IKV65 Alt 2. Line up a shot. It's difficult with that rock in the way. That probably stunned him, I would think, at the very least. Still one tank ahead. Okay, we've got a heavy pulling back there on the horseshoe, but the trouble is that can't loop a shot over onto that target, because it's just it's in defilade of the rock. It's in cover of the rock. No, red line. Can't hit it. Still looking for that IKV. Must still be there. Would have been spotted if he was putting away by either the Striv or the IKV on their side. Right, well, they've got more tanks up onto the horseshoe now, because it looks like they're trying to make an honest thrust through the south area, through the southeast area. Just gonna try a shot on the Scorpion G. Road out. Oh, that's so unfortunate. The shell went to one side. The Scorpion pulled forward almost into the line of shot, but the shot veered off to the right, and he just didn't get the kill then. And that Evan 90, what was he thinking? That was a YOLO moment, and it just didn't work. He thought he could use his speed to get past everyone. He couldn't. They were waiting for him, and the moment he appeared, he got zapped by 2 tanks simultaneously. And that Thunderbolt just took a big hit as well, and the Scorpion G just took a hit as well. On top of that, tried to cheekily pop round the other side of the rock, and Gugie caught him. 154 hit points, and he's now down to very, very little. A splash would probably kill that Scorpion G now. He's piling around in just in case. He did get him! He got him! He was there! He was a blind shot kill. It worked. Okay, their Jackson's moving up onto the horseshoe. Came up by the route from the centre, the path. Now he might be able to take on some of the enemy who are up there already. Okay, now Gugie can probably hit those ones. I'd go for the T-71 CMD actually, because although the Thunderbolt's stationary... Oh, we got the Thunderbolt! Check him out. The T-71 is rather stationary, and that's the more dangerous, because the one with the autoloader, with the magazine. But the Jackson sees to him straight away. So that worked out very well indeed. Now the Jackson's taking fire from the T-150, unfortunately. And we've lost the Jackson to the enemy M44. Right, now 3 tanks ahead. There's only 4 remaining on the enemy team. One of those is the E25. The other's the IKV65. And of course we know that the other one's the M44 and the T26E4. Well, we haven't seen the T26E4 yet, so he might still be back near the enemy cap. We've certainly seen the IKV65 and the E25, and I suspect the E25 is still in that dip, because he dropped into that dip after killing the LC Evan. Well, Gugie's forces are moving slowly into the cap area. Now, the good thing about the S-51 is it has got the range of the entire battlefield, so it doesn't mean that Gugie actually has to move forward to shoot. Of course, the other thing is that with the BR2 cannon, he's actually got 30 rounds of ammunition to play with. If he was actually carrying the BR4, the more powerful 203mm howitzer, he would only actually be carrying 12 rounds. And that is actually going to make it very difficult for you to kill all of the enemy team. But on the other hand, it is a very powerful gun with a very slow load rate. So you wouldn't get more than 1 round off per minute with the BR4, but with the BR2, or I should say the B4 cannon, with the BR2 you can actually get round off every 30 seconds or so, and faster if you've got a better trained crew. The Strib's moving up. We know where the E25 is now, and oh, there's the T26E4. Okay, so he's not AFK, and that Strib is in a bit of danger now. Fires around him, but unfortunately it's where he was, not where he is, so he's danger close to the Striv, and I think he's going to get the advantage of the Striv. He's got a better fire rate. There's the M44. We'll take that out. We've lost the Striv. The M44 was taken out by the Scorpion G, and he's stunned. There's the T26E4. Now, we can work out where the T26 is going. Oh, too soon, and the Scorpion has just been taken out by the T-26. He went over that cliff. He shouldn't have done that. He should have waited at the entrance. The T-26 had to go to that entrance to get at the Scorpion, and when he poked his nose up, the Scorpion could have blown it off. And so now there are only 3 tanks ahead with 2 enemy remaining. The T-26 and the IKV. And the fact that the Scorpion went past where the IKV was last seen and didn't spot him means the IKV must have pulled back towards the cap. There he is. Oh, that's the T-26. Okay, for a second I thought that was the IKV. He's taking fire. That's from the IKV-90. Round out. All close. 93 hit points. Down to 58% of his health now. Still take at least 2 shots to take him out though. Probably more. He's only got 10 rounds of, well, 11 rounds of ammunition. He's got 10 of standard HE, 1 of premium. Can get around in here. Round out. Oh, he's pulling back. And the shell hit the rock anyway, but unfortunately we've lost the SU-100. Type 62 is getting close. Now, what's he going to do? There's the IKV. It's been spotted by the T-29 who took fire from him. And the IKV's taken a hit as well. He's down to 262 hit points. Fires a round in and... Oh, good shot! Right behind him. But it blew him up with the splash. 262 hit points, and there's 1 remaining enemy. It's that T-26, the one he had so much difficulty trying to kill. And look, he's backing away with his gun facing the T-62. That T-62 needs to stay in cover. Fires around in, splashes the T-26 for 35. He's stunned, he's pulling back, he's vulnerable. The T-62 can get some shots in. T-29's coming up behind. He should try and get to that rock to prevent the T-26 coming back to the cap. I think he's doing that. Yes, he's doing it. He's coming up, so he's going to give a nasty shock to that T-26. Yep, who gets around into him, but needs to pull back behind the rock now to prevent. And that round was a little too wild. Now the T-62 needs to move up. He's got a shot into the T-26. That Type 62 needs to get up there as quickly as he can. Oh, we lost the Type 69, the T-29 rather. Now Type 62 needs to get this last shot in. Round out. That's going to be too far. Oh, but he managed to get him. He managed it. Gugie finished off the T-26 with splash. The round landed behind him again, but this time it was enough. The Type 62 had done enough damage, and Gugie finished him off with that last round. So let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's a second class tanker for gugie72. I expected he'd probably get a bit more than that, but unfortunately not. He missed out on a Top Gun. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He managed to get 5 in the end. And we can see all the targets he hit there. It's a pity that he didn't get the Panther M10 or the E25, because if he had, then that would have enabled him to get the Top Gun as well on top. So if we look at damage, well, he came second on damage. T-29 managed to get 2,742 hit points. Gugie managed 1,657 in the end, but he came top on kills with 5. He also managed to get second place with base XP of 870, again beaten by the T-29 who had 1,108. The highest scorer in the match was actually, in fact, the T-26E4 Super Pershing, which managed to get 6 kills. So he did actually pick up his Top Gun. Now, shots fired 20, 3 direct hits, 3 penetrations, 11 splash. So he did get a lot of splash kills in this battle. 1,657 hit points of damage, all at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy but killed 5 of them. He also did stun assistance damage of 452 hit points off 9 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 34,682 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammunition is fairly expensive for the 152mm at tier 7, so he only took away 12,282 credits. If, of course, this had been the B4 cannon, it would have been even more expensive, because those shells are very, very costly indeed. but he did manage 1,305 XP, and it was ×2 for the first victory, and he had a personal missions payout as well, so he took away 3,915 XP altogether, so that must have been useful for him. So well done, Gugie. Nice shot, and at last you did get the last enemy at the end to close the game off and win it for your team. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.